If you climb into the saddle, get ready for the ride. Hello and welcome to Young Living with Sabina. We are horseback riding today. We are here in the beautiful Sahara Valley at an equestrian center. I'd like to introduce to you Nicole from the La Jolla Ranch in Danville, California. So tell us something about yourself and kind of how you got interested in horseback riding.
I started riding when I was 4. I saw a horse stuck in a fence, my dad pulled it out and I wanted to ride. And I started competing when I was 6 and I just never stopped.
Oh, nice. So what are some experiences you've had with a Malibu or other kinds of horses? Maybe some positive or negative experiences you may have had?
Malibu does 3-day eventing. She's going at the preliminary level this year and I had the amazing experience to compete her on 2 coasts. So I rode her in California last year and then also on the East Coast we rode in Vermont and Massachusetts. And she's been tremendously successful. And with the other horses, I've had everything from the babies that try to buck me off to the horses that go in the Grand Prix and a whole variety of them.
So what are some tips and advice you may have for those who are like interested in horseback riding, or kind of just how did you start? Like what are some few techniques to just start horseback riding?
Trainer who is doing the kind of riding you want to do. There's a variety. You could do eventing or dressage or western, so you have to figure out what you want. And then find a trainer who has good horses to ride, a good competition record, a quality facility, and do your research. Make sure that the person you talk to has good references. English is like what I do. It has the smaller saddle. It's the 3 Olympic disciplines: eventing, dressage, and show jumping. Okay. Western is with the bigger saddle with the horn, and they do reining or cow work. And it really just depends on the preference of the rider. Thank you, Boo. But yeah, and in this area there's a lot of trainers for all those different disciplines. So it just depends on what people prefer.
So, a common theme among horses in the Indian culture is like weddings. Have you?
Yeah.
What is your kind of like thought about that, having like horses at weddings?
If I ever get married, I'm going to ride her down the aisle.
Welcome to Indian wedding.
There we go. One of my best friends, she rode her horse bareback down the aisle when she got married, and with a lot of equestrians, we bring our horses into our weddings.
So, in terms of exercise, I know the horse gets a lot of exercise, but like how do you stay fit, or just techniques you do in order to stay fit, like to horseback ride?
So on a normal day, I can ride about 10 horses a day, and that's a lot of exercise. I actually read an article that said riding burns between 300 and 500 calories per hour if you ride. Yeah. But then I also work out. I do some strength and conditioning and cardio just to stay fit, because I have to be an athlete just like my horse. Yeah. But it's a workout. People think the horse is all the work, but get on one for an hour.
Sounds good. So do you have any advice for like our audience out there who kind of just want to start and like take a different path, like maybe if they just want to have like a small pet, or like if they want to go straight into horses? Like those parents out there, they're probably thinking, oh my god, my daughter wants to ride a horse, like what am I gonna do? Like, would you recommend like buying a horse first?
No, no. Find a stable that has lesson horses and ride lesson horses for at least a year before you even consider buying a horse, because as you can see, they're pushy. But no, try and find a riding school where the kids can learn how to ride. It's a big commitment, and it's also a potentially dangerous sport. People can fall off and get hurt, so you really want to make sure that the kids start with a really safe horse and a really calm one before they move on to buying their own.
So how can you tell the personality of a horse? Like if a horse is having a bad day, or...
Well, she right now really wants to go home and go eat. You can tell because she's pushing and shoving me. No, I mean, they're kind of like people. The more you spend time around them, the more you get to know their personalities. So she's pretty playful. She's young, and some of them are kind of lazy, and some of them are grumpy, and they're all different, just like human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop.
Nice. Let's talk about your camaraderie with your horse and how you guys get along.
She's biting me. So I've known this horse for a little over 2 years, and I spend about 7 days a week with her. And horses, I mean, they actually use horses for psychological rehabilitation for people because they're very calming. And there's just something about spending time with them in their stall with an animal that doesn't speak English that you get to have a great bond with them.
Yeah.
You know, with her, it's something as simple as giving her a pat or giving her a carrot. And, you know, all of my bad breakups, I've had a horse whose mane I cried into the whole time. And they're just really great partners and really great friends. And I think there's something about riding them that makes that camaraderie happen, because you are literally attached to one another, and you have to have tremendous trust to jump fences or go fast. And I think after a while you just form a partnership, and hopefully she can read my mind and know that I want to jump the jumps, and I can usually tell when she's having a good day.
Yeah. Oh, how cute. So do you have any funny stories or experiences with your horses?
So in 3-day eventing, we wear these vests that are safety vests, and they clip into your saddle, and if you fall off, it inflates like a big airbag, so your body's protected if you fall off.
Yeah.
And when I first started doing eventing on her, I was riding her, and I had my saddle clipped, and I dropped my whip on the ground. So I jumped off of her, not remembering that my safety vest was on. So my safety vest exploded, and I turned into like a blueberry, and it makes a very loud sound. And it scared poor Malibu, so she got loose on the cross-country course, and we had to go chase her down. And so now there's a big joke with all my friends that I need to make sure I get my vest before I get off my horse.
Oh my God.
So I don't scare her.
That's pretty funny. Well, thank you again for your time.
You're welcome.
Is it possible to saddle up or take
Sure.
a little ride?
You wanna sit on my star here?
Please.
Okay.
Thank you again, Nicole, for letting me ride Malibu and for sharing your experiences.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
To my audience, if you guys have any experiences you would like to share, please email me at sabina@womennow.tv. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you guys again at Young Living with Sabina.